This is a true story that happened in 1952. A massive cruise ship suddenly snapped in half while at sea, leaving dozens of crew members trapped inside, desperately struggling to survive. The entire ordeal is heart-pounding and intense. On February 18, 1952, the Pendleton, en route from New Orleans to Boston, was caught in a violent storm while sailing through rough waters. Chief Engineer Kent quickly reported to the captain and requested they slow down. He was worried that the freshly welded seams of the ship's hull wouldn't be able to withstand the pounding waves. The consequences of a failure were unthinkable, but the captain dismissed his concerns and abruptly hung up. Just as Kent was feeling helpless, a massive wave suddenly lifted the bow high into the air. The forceful drop that followed made the crew increasingly anxious, and the weld seams began groaning under the intense pressure. Realizing how serious the situation was, Kent rushed to the bridge to speak with the captain face to face, but it was already too late. Seawater suddenly burst through the hull's seams. Kent activated the drainage system and sent crewman Mark to report the emergency to the captain. But when Mark braved the freezing rain and fierce winds to reach the deck, he was stunned to find that the ship had already split in two from the violent impact. Even worse, the front half of the ship was quickly sinking, being swallowed by the sea. The captain and the bridge were slowly dragged beneath the surface. Mark was devastated, but powerless to do anything. Some of the crew, upon learning what happened, tried to lower a lifeboat to escape, but outside, the wind was howling and waves towered several stories high. Launching a lifeboat in those conditions was a death sentence. Knowing the danger, Kent grabbed an axe and cut the lifeboat's ropes himself. The moment it hit the water, it was torn apart by the waves. The crew was shaken with fear. Time passed slowly. The remaining crew were on the verge of despair. While the rear half of the ship hadn't sunk yet, they knew they only had a few hours, at most, before it too would go under.